Mm, 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 mm. Welcome back, everyone. And I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do a first episode. That's exactly how you do it. So take notes, all you bottom feeders. So this is my spoiler review. I'm so excited about this. This is one of the best opening episodes to a series I've ever seen in my life. The Penguin, Colin Farrell. Just give him all the Emmys. Just if there's random Emmys that are around and all that, just give it to him. And I'll get in. So this is going to be my spoiler review of episode 1 of The Penguin. This is how you do television. And that episode was long. Sometimes I was looking at the time like, oh, we just jumping right into it. So let's get into it. So obviously it starts off right after the Batman. So you might want to watch the Batman. This is how you do it. So yeah, right after Batman and the buildup, they're talking about Carmine Falcone, the Falcones, the different crime families. Oh, it's so dirty and gritty. You get to see the other side of Gotham. I love it. I love it. This show is going to be so much fire. This is how you do it. I'm so pumped about this. I've been telling y'all, watch out for that Penguin. See, I watch all the other shows, but I knew this one was going to hit. So yeah, it's just amazing. And the build up to they use the Batman music, which I did like the build because he is part. Come on, but you can't even tell. It's crazy. You can't even tell in this. So he's part of that. DC Warner Bros. You got it. You got it. I'll be honest with you right here. This is where we need to go. Don't get a new Batman. Don't try and put in. Just work with this for a little bit because this is going to be. It has so much potential. And then they doing the Batman 2 coming out, and you're gonna bring out the new Joker, my boy. How you say his name? Barry Keoghan. Oof. But anyway, that's another thing. So, can we all say that Colin Farrell? There were times I could see it in the eyes and a little quirk because I like Colin Farrell. He's such an amazing actor. I don't understand why this guy doesn't have at least 6 Academy Awards by now. But sometimes you get there, you look at it, be like, oh, it's Colin Farrell, and then you're like, wait, it's a totally different person. And that whole thing with the Sopranos, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be DC Sopranos. Yeah, it has his likeness. It also has his likeness of movies like A Bronx Tale, but it's its own thing, and it's so good, man. So yeah, okay. So we got the build up. They build up. He's sitting in the window. You got the Penguin sitting there. And then Oswald Cobblepot sitting there, and it just the cinematography, the shadows, the lighting, and how come? So Gotham's supposed to be dark, right? And they still made it lit, where you can see that it was dark and lit. There's a lot of people out here after probably watching this first. A lot of studios that are like, "Yo, who is that team that is working on that?" Because that's perfect. Imagine having that team for the long night of Game of Thrones. But anyway, so obviously Alberto Falcone is going to take over. The son, and so he's just being all super cocky. He's a druggie and everything like that. He's got his problems, but yeah. So he gets them all hyped up. Old Oswald, old Penguin goes in there and he's hyping them up. He's telling them like, yeah, I know that is passed. So it passed to you. And I still work for the family. So, I'm here for you. But then he decides they go out and they have drinks and stuff. And then, Alberto just full of himself, ain't he? You don't think he messing with a monster? You must not know. So they get in this whole little spat where he's trying to pitch to him like, I'm going to help you out and everything, and then he starts making fun of him and he's bullying him. So you see the weakness. He doesn't like being bullied, and he doesn't like bullies, and he actually has like a kind heart. I know it's crazy that I'm saying about the Penguin. He's a actual psychopath, mafia mob, whatever you want to call. Associated. They never said anything about that. They said the families, right? But I did feel for him a little bit when he's making fun of him, and that ring's gonna play really important because the what he does. So he trying to show him. He's like, no, the ring's yours. Don't show that. Don't patronize me. And then Alberto's just sitting there making fun of him, like, yeah, you gonna work for me anyway, and you basically gonna be my bitch. And what Penguin does is like, I am not your bitch. All right. Yeah, and just blast, bro. Just blast him. That scene was very surprising. Oh, this and the angles that they use and the lighting and the it's just a perfect like angle that they use. I didn't know. I don't know if they use like a side camera to like kind of a guy was tilted. It looked amazing though the way they did it, and it was perfectly shot. So he's like, all right, and just blast him like up, and then he's like, yeah, yeah, and then he's like, oh shit. He's like, wait a second, I just killed a major crime family boss. Oops. But so then he's got to dispose of some items, including a body. So I did like how because he's got the limp. He's got the limp. Everybody knows Cosmo. He's got a not a mutation, but a deformity, and that's why a lot of people probably made fun of him and stuff like that. Not the best looking guy, even though some of the pictures that you see of him when he's younger, like, oh, that looks like a good, upstanding guy. But you know, but are those pictures of him? But anyway, so I did like this was a funny scene when he was walking down the steps and he's limping and stuff and he's got got it in the body bag and he's like, you know what? It's like everybody would do in real life. Certain things in this movie in this TV show, this episode is stuff you would do in real life. Why are you going to carry a body down that you're going to bury or throw somewhere? If not to like, why would I carry it down? I'm just going to throw it down. And he just throws the body down. It's like, dude, I'll just walk freely. That was funny, man. And then, so we got some kids are trying to steal the car while he's trying to dispose of the body. And hopefully I don't get this. They know it's a penguin thing. So, and then some kids, they get away. And then he finds the one kid. Now, the kid at the beginning, I wasn't pretty sure. I was like, are we going to do this cliche thing? He finds this. But their chemistry together is top notch. Those two actors together, it works. It definitely works. And Colin Farrell, you can't even tell he's the penguin. And then the actor that's playing the kid or kid / Vic, they work. So he's like, well, you already seen it. I already caught you. So you're going to work for me. And we all know that the penguin had his motives of, eventually I'm going to have to off this kid. But then he sees in the kid when he's like threatening him and everything, he's a stutterer. He's a stutterer. So some may say it's a disability. Some may say it's not. But he's a stutterer. He knows when he gets nervous. So he actually, you get to feel I'm a villain guy anyway, because sometimes the villain is right. Not in this case so much. I'm not going to say that. But yeah. But he feels for him. He has empathy for him. And he's like, oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I can use you. But I'm not sure about you yet. So we got the whole thing, and then the kid automatically gets upgraded because he's like, I own you now. I got your ID. I own you. So you're getting an upgrade. Follow me. So then they go to they got to get the alibi because stuff went down and he knows stuff's going to go down. So they get the alibi and everything, and they're creating this new narcotic or whatever. And now that Alberto is gone, am I saying his name right? Alberto? I'm probably messing up. But he's gone, so he's got to play it off like, yo, no, he cool. He just disappears and stuff. And I like how he does that, too. I like how he just shies everyone off. Yeah, he's just busy. Yeah, because he's like kind of like not second in charge, but probably like third in charge. Because Carmine was first, and then Alberto, and then, it's kind of like fourth in charge. But He's literally, and if anyone noticed the subtle hints, he's wearing like when he's got to go see the Falcones, he's wearing like a purple suit, which they say plum, which is funny, and like a purple Maserati, which he has Vic driving now. Vic done upgraded, boy, and you know it's a hint at the Joker. It's a hint. They're building up to this because after the show or before this episode came out, they were already hinting at the Batman 2 having Barry Keoghan, Keegan or Keoghan play the Joker because you cutscenes, you got to watch that. So go back. But yeah, they hinting at it. That purple with the gold and stuff. I'm like, oh, those are Joker colors. What are we doing here? Little hints. That's good. It's subtle. If you don't know comic books, you would know those colors. Okay. And if you know at least the Dark Knight trilogy, you would know the colors. Okay. So you're definitely hinting at something. But yeah, the purples, and he only wore it for that little bit. But yeah. And then he's just they're just hilarious. The two of them are just hilarious. And they do have a moment there where he kind of talks to him like, you're in or you're not. He's like, I want you to look at the sunrise. And he's got the crowbar, and they're putting the body in the trunk, which is Alberto's body. And they're like, we're going to have to dispose of it. That comes in later. They put it in a red caddy. And I think is that the same red caddy from Gone in 60 Seconds? Am I picking it up? I think, is it? Is that the same? I don't know. Maybe digging in the weeds there, but yeah. But I think it is. That'd be funny if it was. But yeah, so he's like, we in this together, so we got to sit here. I got my alibi with my girl up there. So they go there, and Vic's starting to see like the nightlife, and I think he's liking it. He's liking the nightlife and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm like that, but he's still scared because he thinks that it's all a setup for his demise. And he knows where the kid's from. He's like, yeah, I was close to there, but not far. So they can relate. He's like, I'm from the slums too. And I know. And they have this one, when they're burning the clothes, this one important conversation. Like, see, you had all these things over here. There were rims here. You could have just came down by the dock, but you trying to take it off my car with some young punks. So that's where you get that Sonny and Cologio vibe there. And it's very important. It's very short, but it's like, you want to be somebody or nobody? You know, and it's the same thing that he's probably telling himself too. Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin. Do I want to be nobody or somebody? This is my chance. So we get the whole thing, and then so at the Falcones when they were there, you know, and I kind of backtracked a little bit, but Sofia's back. She's out of Arkham Asylum. I like Sofia. Oh, she's awesome. But Sofia's like, she knows that he did it, but she's giving him a chance. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Whatever. You know, she's very important because she's right in line to take over that. I mean, not unless an uncle or something comes through, but she's like, right now, ain't nobody running this family but me. So tell me the truth. And, you know, he dances his way out of it. And she's like, oh, okay. Sure. But she knows. You could tell she knows. She knows. But she's like, I'll give it a little bit of doubt. I'll give you that chance because I respect you. You can tell that she respects him, and she don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Real recognize real. So she knows. She said, basically, birds of a feather flock together. I just need you to be honest with me. And she's probably like, I'd probably do the same thing in her head, but I need to be honest. And I know I'm loony. Everybody called me loony because I was in Arkham Asylum, but yeah. So he gets that vibe and he's out, bro. He goes out and what is up with the rimmed up Volvo? Why is this dude got class everywhere? Even with the old 1986 Volvo. Is that 1986 or 1984 Volvo? No, probably further up than that. But yeah, he got rims on that too. And he's got Vic driving again. He goes to see his mom. So this is very important. He brings Vic in to actually meet his mom. He's like, I've never brought anybody here. So that right there is something that he really trusts Vic. He's always trusted Vic. And Vic's like, he gets to stutter, he gets nervous, and he starts to calm down. And you can see Vic starting to get more comfortable around him, even though he's got to do a lot of bad things. But you got to upgrade, homie. You going from the slums to the top. But yeah. So it takes him in there, and this is where you get the Sopranos vibe with like Tony and his mother. But and she knows he's up to something. He brings the necklace that Alberto gave him, like as a kind of a token. It was kind of like, here you go, peasant. But he's using that. He gives it to, and his mom knows already. And there's a point in here when she gets scared of Vic, and he's like, no, this is just Vic. This is just Vic. It's my homeboy. And then she already knows what's going on. She's like, why are you taking his money? Why are you going out of town? And then she gives him the speech where basically, and I don't know what's the situation that's going on because there's a lot of things that go on. This video will be too long if they go into it that far. But she gives him the pep talk like she's just as grimy as everybody else. But she gives him that. And at first, when she was like, oh, what you little pussy boy? You little pussy boy? Whatever she was calling him, And you could see he's getting hurt by what she's saying. And then she gives him some confidence like, you're not. Stop. You did this because someone made fun of you. If you want to run this city, you can't get mad at those type of things. You can't get sad. You can't let that sway you. If you're all in, you got to be all in. Because they were all going to dip out of town. And he got his heart back a little bit. He does need his mom. Granted, I'm a villain guy, so I don't care. I love villains. So yeah. But you can tell he really loves his mom, respects his mom, and his mom loves him. And I think Vic's going to be part of that family too, which is going to be awesome later on. Oh, but okay. So obviously they do the whole thing. They go to the train station. He asks Vic again. He's like, "Are you all in or not?" That's what I'm saying. Do you want to be somebody or not? Because a couple of moments ago you would have been finished. A couple hours ago you would have been finished. You all in or not? Vic's like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." But then he gives like this face then, like, "I'm not sure." But whoa, Vic is the MVP, homie. So obviously, Oswald gets caught. He goes back to check go back to his place, and he sees that a bunch of people are there, a bunch of part of the La Familia, the family, and then you see Sophie. Oh man, Sophie is awesome, but she's like, "Oh, go get him." Yep. So he gets trapped, and they do some little bit of torture and everything, and I love the practical effects. I didn't even did they do any special effects besides broke down Gotham, which they could probably done in a lot of like cities that have collapsed, but I didn't really see any special effects, even when they're doing I'm not going to get into the torture scene, but then the other kid that was helping Vic is there, and then he makes the one phone call to Vic before he gets captured. And you're like, oh man, Vic didn't pick up. He told him to pick up, or he would gut him like a fish, because they keep saying it, and it becomes an ongoing joke, and the two of them together. And then, yeah. So you got that part, and then he gets pieced out, and then Sophia's like, well, just tell me, why do you keep lying? And all of a sudden, you see that red caddy come up and crash into the house with the body in there. Finger cut off that he already gave to Sal. Everything was perfect. And you see Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin, sitting there laughing like, I knew he'd come through. It was one of those, like, he was skeptical about it, but he's like, yo, he can't. That's it. That is my dude. That is my dude. And I love their chemistry together. It works. This show is freaking dope. It's dope. If they can keep it like this and even do, I want to see the filler episodes, because I really think that this first episode has set the bar so high to other series and other shows. I don't see it getting dethroned for a while here. So Vic is the MVP because he set that all up with the cinder block. The car came through. They found the body, saw that, and he was like, "Oh, maybe he was telling the truth." Granted, he's playing both families, but he's smart. And then you had the great scene of, well, obviously they got let go. They're getting like a little, I don't know if they got a little ices or whatever, or Slurpees, probably in that area. And they're doing the accent right in this Agatha. They got the Jersey, South Jersey, North Jersey, and New York accent. I can figure it all out. Wow. But you have that scene when he's sitting there with Vic, and it's at the end, and you're like, okay. So he's like, he tells him again, like, dude, are you all in or not? Just, and then he's like, he kind of like brushed off, and he's sitting there talking about like, why the finger? Like Oswald's talking to Vic about, and he's like, well, they did the spine and did that. It just didn't work. And then even he was getting uncomfortable. Oswald was getting Cobblepot, was getting, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of gross. It's kind of gross. I don't need it. But good plan. He's like, so you're all in? He's like, yep. He's like, don't you want them houses like that? We can get those. And I want you all in with me. I want you to have part of that too. The respect. Oh, I know he's a bad guy, but the bad guys are so. We need the bad guys right now because the good guys ain't hitting no more. So, amazing first episode. I know this is long, but this is my breakdown of it. Like I was gonna start with just talking like key points and stuff, but this show. This first episode, and I don't know, it could fail, but have you ever seen as of late? I mean, DC been hitting. That Batman was good, but this, I may say I like this episode of The Penguin is up there with like The Sopranos, bro. I think this show could be up there because it's mob eccentric. Come on, it's mafia eccentric. We know that, but you get to see the dark, gritty underworld, and they only had to mention the Bat or the Batman only a couple times, just to keep you in line with what's going on. So this is underworld. So Batman's doing other things. You don't have to do anything else with this James Gunn Disney. You could just go with this. Make Robert Pattinson, which I think is an incredible Batman. Not so much a Bruce Wayne. My favorite Bruce Wayne is Michael Keaton, but he was great as Bat. This is the new era. You can usher this show. I know what you're doing. You're using this show to get a feeling because you know people like the Batman, and they like that short sequence of the Penguin, and the Riddler was good, and then you did that weird little thing with the leaked, non-released scene in Blur of the Joker. We know what you're doing. Let's go a little dark. DC dark anyway. Let's go. We can ride this train for at least 10 things. But Colin Farrell gonna get all the Emmys, man. That dude gonna get all the Emmys. You don't even know it's him, and sometimes it's crazy. And then the suit he's got on, the prosthetics, like the minimal special effects. Oh, chef's kiss. Let's go. I want more. So I will be there next Sunday. But anyway, I ran it too long. Jesus. Hopefully you guys watch all this way through. But thank you for all my subscribers, almost to 20K. I do want to thank you for everything that you've done, especially like all of y'all. A lot of y'all have been there since the beginning, and it's going to be a fun. I will not forget y'all at all. So it's the rise to the top. Trying to be like the Penguin. So anyway, tell me what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.